very much, Milan. Now, if you're planning a little break over Easter and want to take in some of the hottest shows around, then what's on offer? Here with our guide to the best tickets in town, please welcome ex-Chicago stars Duncan James and Ruthis Henshaw. Well, we'd better talk about the one you were both in first, because Chicago does seem to be a hot ticket, Ruthie. It's still packing them in. What's special about it as a show? Who would you aim it at?
Well, it's still so relevant today, and it's sexy. It's you know, the songs are just blinding. So, it would appeal to. I wouldn't take young children to it because I think it is a little. Adult, but it's just it appeals to all ages.
Let's have a quick reminder of just what Chicago is like. It does lift you out of your seat, Duncan, when you're just watching all that jazz. Such a great movie number to start a show with, isn't it? Really?
It's fantastic. I mean, I was lucky enough to be a part of the 10th year anniversary, which is where I first met Ruthie. So I got to watch Ruthie perform I think Roxy's biggest number in it, and I've never really been to see Ruthie perform as Roxy. So for me, it was great to watch. And I commented, didn't I? I was like in awe of her because she was just absolutely incredible. Very sexy lady on stage, this one is.
It's a musical that seems to get steady afterwards to it when we've all gone. It seems to have great street cred. You get lots of good names, you know, Utelempa, people like that. So it's really sort of classy one to be in, I would have thought.
Well, it's also because they've brought in celebrities for you know, for various different roles. That is so great because it brings in a new audience all the time.
Definitely.
You know, when you bring Duncan in, you get, you know, a plethora of fans of, you know, so different...
Each brings their own group. You're talking about not a musical for very, very young ones, but of course, Hairspray most certainly is. I went to see this a couple of weeks ago. This is one stunner of a show.
You can't stop the motion of the ocean or the rain from above. You can try to stop the paradise we're dreaming of, but you can't stop the rhythm of two hearts in love to stay. You can't stop the beat. You can't stop the beat. You can't stop the beat. You can't stop the beat.
11 Olivier Award nominations.
That is incredible. Is that a record?
11, I don't know. It's certainly getting pretty close to it. Best new musical, best actress, Leanne Jones, the girl there, who is incredible, Ruthie, isn't she?
Absolutely, and it's so wonderful because this whole musical is about, you know, prejudice and being, you know, on the outside because of your size, and it's just so wonderful to see a large lady up there giving it such welly.
We had Michael Ball on here last week who was playing a woman, and I said to him, I don't know how she's going to stay that size because she's giving it so much energy. She'll be thin as a rake in a month.
I know, she won't be able to play it anymore.
And Michael, of course, playing a woman superbly.
I saw it. I haven't actually seen the UK production of it. I saw it in Broadway about 6 years ago when it first came out over there, and I just thought it was such a great musical. I mean, it really wants to get you want to get up and dance and sing along. So I'm quite interested to see how they've done it over here. I must go and see it.
It is stunning. You just do not stop tapping your feet. I mean, it's got so much vitality and
number
energy.
after number after number that just makes you want to dance and sing.
Now, Lord of the Rings has had, they say politely in theatre land, mixed reviews, but it's booking right the way on through the year, so it clearly is hugely attractive to an audience. What would pull you to Lord of the Rings, Ruthie?
Well, it's a visual, you know, it's a visual feast. It's spectacular in that respect, and there is a place for that in the West End. You know, it's wonderful to go and see something that blows your mind, you know, visually.
Let's have a taster of Lord of the Rings. Well, Duncan, we've had the books, we've had the films. What did you think about it becoming a musical?
You know what? It's such a great story, The Lord of the Rings, and of course we've seen it as a movie, and I think to condense it, the whole of it, into a musical play, I think you have to sit through 3 hours. I haven't seen it, to be honest, because I don't know if I could sit through over 3 hours of it, and you know, you're going to obviously condense so much of it, so that's kind of been my put off to go and see it, but I think on a visual point of view and what they've done with the set, I think it's groundbreaking. I think it would be incredible just to watch how they do it all. But
well, it's up for 5 Olivier, so there must be something.
They must do something right.
We'll finish on one which has been going a long time. Still packing him in. Les Mis is still up there.
See?
Yeah, I love it.
I love him. I love him, but only on my own.
Oh, still sounds a shame about this guy. 21 years it's been on that. Ruthie, you've been in it. It's a special show, isn't it?
There.
Yeah.
It is a very special show, and you were just saying about Lord of the Rings being 3 hours long. When Les Mis, it's now, they've shortened it, so they don't have to pay the musicians so much. I think that's what it was. But,
still got all the best tunes.
It just does, and it's, you know, a show that from start to finish pulls at everything in you. You laugh, you cry. And it's, to be in, it still remains one of the most special shows.
It's my mum's favourite.
Your mum's favourite?
My mum's favourite.
Well, you heard the audience when you said Les Mis.
It's a beautiful, I mean, it is so, I mean, as you said, 21 years. It's incredible for a show to go that
It's hard to believe it can still have a freshness after that time, but then you only have to hear one of those songs again.
But the songs are just great.
Down to the music,
and they changed the cast, and it gets renewed with new
Yeah,
life.
it's brilliant.
So musical theatre is still alive, kicking, and well worth going to in town.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And you're about to start one, aren't you?
It starts in May in Marguerite at the Theatre Royal in the Haymarket.
That's right, same creators of Les Miserables and Miss Saigon, and also music written by Michel Legrand, so...
Well, hopefully when you're back here next time, we'll be saying, and of course, one of the must-see musicals in London right now is Marguerite, starring Ruthis Henshaw. It's been great to have you both here. Details of all the shows we've featured today can be found on the website. That's itv.com/Alan. Ladies and gentlemen, Duncan James and Ruthis Henshaw. Thank you both. Thank you.